All right, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching us right now. Uh, I want to ask our host some questions we got after he took us through some live section on the topic skills alone will pay you, system will.
Yeah.
So our host has explained to us the skills that is needed for us to scale through. And we have discussed a lot of things and the skills that we want for us and everything. But we have a lot of people that have been sending requests and questions as regards this topic and business as a whole. And I believe some of them as an entrepreneur, some of them as a business owner, and people want to hear from the host a lot of questions that we've actually gotten. So, and I will be asking our speaker a question, but we have a lot of numerous questions here. But I will just be focusing on just just one question, because that question is numerous. So a lot of people ask that same question. So that's why I'll be asking the host on that question. So, and don't forget to like, share, and comment, because a lot of people wants to learn and might not have the opportunity. But you have the opportunity. You can just help them, share the link to them, let them comment and also like. So, and okay, let's go into the question without wasting much time. So the question says, how can I build a smart system as a business owner?
Fantastic. I am glad today just finished a masterclass exclusive uh, training. Of course, most of our audience and followers, they joined on this particular journey. Before we even talk about money or benefits, what drives me as a young man to talk about business is watching my mom doing business in the village. And we always accompany her to the market, local market. So most people jump into doing something without history, without passion. Maybe they find or they discover that somebody is making money, so they jump into business. That's not my own case. Of course, most of those things I put it on my book, Entrepreneur Cracks Pumpkin. Yeah. So I wrote about what I'm talking about here. So it's not just that I'm talking, or most of you guys who are jumping up and down there as entrepreneurs and CEOs and founders without any form of basic fundamental knowledge of business. Business is not what you read on books. It's going to be practical aspects. Even if you have business, master of business administration, the MBAs and all that. After all the theories and practicals and research and analysis of paperwork and some established entrepreneurs globally, you still need to until you roll your sleeve and dare do one business and let it successfully accomplish your purpose of that business. You are just reading motivational speaker until you roll your sleeve. If, for example, you pick up a real estate and you say you want to go into real estate, in this 21st century, You're not going to go into real estate as what you obtain by people just showing people properties or just listing properties like we all know about. Nothing wrong with that. But the world has evolved. Technology has evolved. Things has gone beyond what we read in books or what we listen on YouTube. It's until you run a business, until you set up a business and run it successfully and have clients, make deals and close sales, and then face the pressure of competitors, face the pressure of your family, face the pressure of those who don't want you to succeed. And those who have been there, traditional business owners, established brands, till you're able to overcome all those things, you've not started. All you're doing is self-employment. And there's nothing wrong with self-employment, but don't call yourself an entrepreneur because an entrepreneur takes higher risk. They go out all day. They don't spare any atom of energy, any atom of fear. Where you're afraid, that's what they were there for. So coming to the questions that people have been asking when we were on the live streaming program with those who subscribe. And I want to thank those who subscribe to our course one of 2025 skill will fail you. What we say, skill will not pay you, but system will pay you. Okay, so why skills alone won't pay you? So we're talking about, it's not just about automation alone. We're talking about the whole organogram, the whole ecosystem of running businesses. So from everything, technology, using technology, minimizing human interventions in your operations. So today we're going to be addressing, like I'm addressing right now, on this particular questions of how smart, how you can run your business, make your business more smarter, right?
Yes.
So if you own a business or you have something you're passionate about, something you like, you can do without being paid. That's what you're passionate about. What you can do without asking for money. Like I'm talking now, I can talk and I can give solutions without asking for money. I can help people, give them information without asking for money. Likewise, you yourself, can you do that? Can you even give somebody information, whether on your bio, social media links? Can you even give them information without asking for money? That's what we're talking about here. So you before you even talk about people who are passionate about something, you will be able to learn what they have done without making profits. Okay, that's how you know when people are doing something that they like to do versus when they're doing it because of money. Some people are motivated by monetary gains, and those people will not go long distance. So because when the money stops flowing, they will look for something else. That's not the hallmark of an entrepreneur. Like Bill Gates, talk about Mark Zuckerberg, we talk about owner of Tesla, which is Elon Musk. These are people who have tried, even with the first time he took off to go to the space. SpaceX, he failed. He continued. Today, he has the shuttle to the space, to the space, taking people on a tourism to the space. He has gone to the space several times, and then he's still here building brands like Tesla, vehicles, automobile systems, and he's also building the next one, which is going to be auto-driven vehicle. So nobody will be driving the vehicle. All you need is button, and it takes you to where you're going to go. That's what we're talking about here. For the World Economic Forum in 2030, most of those skills that you are using to feed yourself today will fade off. I'm not an alarmist, but I'm just giving you a signal for you to take a step. Because what you think today, that you're master of it, is going to be diminished in a couple of years to come. So there's no two ways about it. So how do you minimize human interventions in your business? How can your business run on autopilot? We are facing our own businesses, multiple business with my team. Every day we sit down, analyzing how we can be able to map out our business so that there will be minimal touch of human beings, and it will go on its own. Smooth, no issues, and you are still going to be effective and have money coming into the system. Until you get to that stage, because most of the businesses, especially where we come from, Nigeria, that the owners and the founders and the entrepreneurs are always every day in their business. And that's the story of what Michael Giba wrote about people being self-employed, and they call themselves entrepreneurs. So when you are self-employed, meaning you wake up, like most of us wake up early in the morning, go to the work. The work, if you are not there, the business will die. So how do you now change that narrative? Is what we're talking about by the issue of automation of your business. When we talk about automation of the system, things, the way you invoice, the way you write receipts, all those manual work are being put in a box, automated way, in the way that it operates without human being having to put the button before the invoice can reach to the buyers. Or how people can reach out to you, contact you, without having to go visit your office. Physical office, what we call physical office. So how do you do this thing is what will differentiate you in the marketplace. In 2026, just 1 month to go, 1 month plus to go. We're already zooming to 2026. The world is getting smaller every day as a result of technology. So it's shrinking. The human efforts and human interventions are shrinking day by day. So how do you now be relevant in the marketplace? That's the question you should ask yourself. Because you might have businesses. For example, if you're a real estate developer, you build luxury apartments, or probably you own logistics, or you own a technology company, or you are a service provider, manufacturers. Now the point is, how are your customers? Are they limited in a particular geographical locations, or you can reach more geographical locations, more revenues versus what you're doing right now? The turnover. How is it going to happen? How can somebody be here in Nigeria or Kenya or Ghana or USA or UK or Canada be able to pay you seamlessly without having to ask you, where is your account number? Can you send me your account number? That's what we are used to. Send account number, send this one. But we're talking about how can you automate that business so that all of those things will not be involved again. So people can actually pay for your service without you being there. So until that happens, that you'll be able, number one, how do you start? So I'm going to give you one step you should know to take. Map out your business flow. What do I mean by that? Just like that person who asked that question. So you can't, and I repeat, automate chaos. What we have is chaotic environments. So when Mr. A is not there, the business will go wrong. So chaos everywhere. And that can be, for us who do business in Nigeria, environmental factor has that. From the leadership to private sector to the public sector, all chaotic environments. And that's why you see a lot of them making a hell lot of profit, because when you operate in an organized environment where there are a lot of human interventions, human manipulations of things, of data and information, then you see all kinds of unethical behaviors from entrepreneurs. And then you see people from nowhere become billionaires. It does not happen in the United States or Canada or USA because the system works on its own, on autopilot. Nobody can intervene or interfere with the system. It's technology. But when you come to some third world countries, you see human beings interfering with system. They manipulate system to their favor, and that's why you have more poor people than wealthy people. Meanwhile, we should be living as people who are living in prosperous life. But because of that, they created chaos and confusion everywhere. So that's why you have more rich, so-called rich people who are in the rich sense are not supposed to be rich in Nigeria. And with due respect to them, but because the system allowed them to be manipulated and become wealthy more than the states and more than even the federal government. I remember my first trip to the United States in 2017. When I landed, a lot of people flew to the United States or probably dreaming to go to the United States. When I landed in New York City, what I saw is opportunity that I've never seen since I was born. But to some people, what they see is dollar. They want to work 941K or whatever they call it, pay you per hour. But I saw opportunity I have never seen in my life. And what I saw is, so there is something somebody can do business without having to see somebody and you make transaction. That was what I saw. So I can register my business without seeing anybody or knowing anybody in the system. That was what I saw. And then I saw opportunity that equalizes everybody. Whether you are the governor of New Jersey or New York or San Francisco, equal. You be on the queue, everybody be on the queue. You come, first serve. Does it happen in your country, in Africa? In Nigeria, does it happen? It doesn't happen. So the one man will be there, allocates all kinds of things to that man. That's why we have a dysfunctional system. Everybody's struggling to earn a living, irrespective whether they do the right thing or not. But you as an entrepreneur who have been exposed to the standard of running a business. So what you need is to organize your business. One, organize the business. How client finds you, number one. How they buy or book. You have maybe you're in the hospitality, you have apartments for those who do Airbnb. Where, how can they stay overseas, diasporans, and book your room and pay without and come in, get access to the place? You go overseas, some of you are flying up and down, you book Airbnb. Before you reach, the code has been already shared to you. You get access to your room. Once you're done, locked automatic. Automation, that's what we're talking about. Every business has been automated. No need for human intervention. And then you now talk about how do you deliver your service. That's what we're talking about right now. And then all those things, Michael, is what we are talking about right now. So when you begin to do all those things, how can people follow up, retain them? How do you follow up and retain customers? Okay? Look, now the number 2 is automate repetitive tasks. For example, you have some certain things that are done repeatedly. So what you need is to find a way to put it into a machine or probably app that can be able to do those things without human interventions. And I will give you a good example of that. Canva has what they call scheduler. And also you have even StreamYard and also Zipper or Zapier. And then many other apps all around the place. You can do those tasks. They can even MailerLite can do the same thing. So the email is automated, set up at a particular time. Even social media platforms have schedulers, meaning you schedule your posts, whatever you want to do, you go and sleep. It goes into that place. But remember, at the beginning of inception, when Mark Zuckerberg and his crew or co-founders were building all those things, they were not there. They just socialize, network, and connect at the Harvard. That was what they're doing. For some of you who are still startups, who are still dreaming, or probably in the school, or probably you want to start your own business, this is the time to start that. There are 0 ways you can automate those businesses, which is what I mentioned here. Start with the already available free tools. Facebook has it, but most of you spend your time there scrolling and watching other people. At the young age that you are right now, between the age of 20 to 30 to 40, why not devote that time to look at what these guys have built and throw to us? And they gave it to us. Not only that, It gave you room to monetize it. Now, if you want to create, for example, any service, the first place, even without having it, an office or whatever, is the platform which is available, the social media. Instead of you to be wasting time on social media, why not identify what you're passionate about and start to build that as a niche? That's it. That's how it's all started. So now, when you automate that your business, sales, how do you make sales? How do they click to buy? Okay, customer support. Those are the things we're talking about. How did their finances work? How do you automate their finances, the flow, automate invoices, like I've said, receipts, payments. Now you have payment gateway, something like Flutterwave, you have Paysa. That's I'm talking about Nigerians. You have Wave, you have all kind of QuickBooks, Zolo, and the rest of them. These are tools, most of them basic ones you can use for free. And then if you want to integrate your data and analytics and all that, that's more of another scale and stages of your business. But today we just want to focus on around small scale and those who are dreaming, those who want to start up their business at the minimal level. This is the best way to go. So I don't know whether what I have said has made sense to those who are watching or those who are listening. Listen, we have more programs. In the next other programs, we're going to be talking about entrepreneurs and what?
We're going to be talking about entrepreneurial success.
Exactly.
2025.
Yes.
And also scalable businesses.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to be talking about that. There are a lot of niches I'm going to be unveiling. Some are going to be exclusive and some are going to be public view. So you want to watch me, want to connect with me, hit at my bio section. Reach me on my LinkedIn, on social media, or our platform at YouTube channel at TD Hub Spot. You can connect us on TD Studio Hub. You can connect us, or you can follow us on our bio that is on our TikTok or Instagram and Facebook. So we're going to be, this is going to be happening. Things are going to be happening that will open your eyes, your mind to thinking, to reasoning, instead of these myopic reasonings that you are involved in running after those who have opportunity to be in the position of political leadership. Guys, listen, these guys will dump you. It's about time you start your life. You have a gift that God has given to you. Why are you wasting it on somebody who can kill at the slightest provocation? So those guys do not value you. They don't value you. What they value is their interest. So the youth of this nation called Nigeria should wake up from their slumber. Stop following these guys and start to rediscover yourself. Do self-rediscovery and know that what you have, they do not have it. And that's why we are here to change the narrative, because we have to change the narrative. If the narrative of until when another nation threatens our leaders before they walk, then we are in for trouble. Because we should know when things get wrong. We know when it started. We allowed it to get to where we are. Until when there is a threat statement, that's when somebody will start to walk. That's like waking a dead dog, So we hope that you will begin to use what the Western world has given to us for free. Facebook, you have for free packages. Instagram, which is Meta, free. WhatsApp, free. People are using it to take themselves away from poverty. Same thing with other social, LinkedIn and TikTok and all of them. How many have you created to give to your people for free? Why are you going after them? What you cannot create? So it's something that people should think before you come up with all your policies. Is your policy sending people to poverty? Is it elevating humanity or is it degrading humanity? Because the world we are living today has been all the Western world, the places I've visited in Western world, from Canada to UK, all of them, what they think is how to offer solutions, value, solutions, customized solutions, so that people can move from point A to B. What are you doing? Retrogression, backward policies, silencing your citizens, making them redundant, and making them not to know what is happening. But you go over there, enjoy yourself, come back, but you don't want them to know what is happening here. Please, guys that are listening, following me, we are in for this. We need to demystify this. And that can happen when you stop and start creating things that people will pay you money for. And that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about mediocrities that are just busy out there talking because they want to earn money from monetization. We're talking about building the system and liberating people from poverty and challenge them to challenge the status quo so that this nation and all other countries that have been oppressed will be liberated and be free from these oppressors. It's about time we do that, and we can do that when you start to speak to one another and then begin to give them value, what can help them to change and transform life. So having said that, thank you for watching, and for those who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, we want to thank you for always joining our program. We'll be having more podcasts, and we want more people to follow us. And the more people follow us, the more minds are going to be transformed, because the first thing is the mind. Once we're able to transform the mind, then we are in for a good world, and the world will become a better place. Thank you, and have a lovely day.
Thank you very much again. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I expect us some other time coming to your live section every time. So, and as the speaker said, follow us for more notification.
Absolutely.
And we'll always be here for you to give you exclusive programs.
Yes.
Live sections.
Yes.
And educating programs.
Yes.
So we wish you all the best and happy weekend. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.